Hey guys, welcome back to the Tim for Weekend podcast. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit. I've been having this horrible cough. No, I don't think I have COVID. I just have horrible allergies. I didn't want to be hacking Alana here, plus had a lot of stuff going on the side. But I want to follow up on the Johnny Depp reading. As we all know, Johnny Depp did lose his court case in The Sun. However, some very interesting updates have happened since then. So, Johnny Depp immediately refiled for an appeal. And from what I've been hearing, that there's two of Amber Heard's friends may be included in the appeals court. Also, so far, the judge has been ruling many things in favor for Johnny Depp in his U.S. court case. So, I'm gonna use two decks today. So, one is the Everyday Tarot deck, which is gonna be for majority of the questions. And then the second deck, the Moonology Oracle cards, to see if there's any, maybe pull out one or two messages, or maybe three, we'll see, specifically for Johnny Depp in regards to his court case. So, we'll see what went on with the particular court case with against The Sun, the newspaper in Britain, the tabloid newspaper, and we will also see if what we saw in the cards last time was really more towards the outcome of the U.S. case. And the thing is that even though Johnny Depp lost this case and also it costed him his gig with Warner Brothers, he didn't necessarily 100% lose. It also came out that they cut him the remainder of his check for the Fantastic Beasts franchise. And now Netflix is looking into talks with him to be on future projects. So all is not lost for Mr. Depp. So it looks like some of the stuff that came out in the last reading was more correct than anticipated. But let's see what happened with what the cards say, what happened with the Sun case. I have my own personal feelings about it, but let's see what Spirit comes out with in regards to this. So we'll get started, and I'll probably pull for most of the questions on this deck, but I'll probably do a couple of separate, spreads and see what comes out. Okay? So let's get started. Okay, so let's ask the spirits. The first question is, what happened in the Sun case that made Johnny Depp lose? It was looking to go both ways for a while. It was starting to slightly look like it was going in his favor, but in the end, they chose to still keep him with the title as an abuser. Let's see what the cards tell us, like if there's any background information we can learn. We'll start off with 3 cards and then see where it goes. So interesting. The first 3 cards that came out, all major arcana cards. So this is all like, spiritual realm background influences. So this is, so far what's coming out is not, from our realm, physical influences. So, alright, so the first card that we got is the Star card. So if you notice, it's you see a huge star in the background, and a lady with 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the earth pouring water, right? And also she appears nude. Usually the lady will be nude in this picture, right? So with the stars, you can see it's like, kind of like 1 foot in each, if you will, right? The Star card, like, this is usually like an action card, right? A powerful time for inspired action, channeled through your authentic self. Be open to possibility and stay true to yourself. Have faith and trust in the universe, and you will share in its gifts and blessings. So, from the gate, it doesn't look like it seems like he lost the battle, but not the war. Okay? So, yes, he may have lost this son lawsuit, if you will, in the UK, but the universe is telling Johnny Depp this isn't the end. That you're on the right path with this. And I'm sure he probably has this feeling, which is why he immediately went for the appeal, like no, I'm determined to see this through the end. So the fact that that's the first card that came out is interesting. So then the next card, comes out is the death card. Now, the interesting is most of the time death card doesn't really mean death. So even though it's kind of cryptic, you see a skull soldier on a horse. So there's like a woman almost like seems like she's pleading for her life. And like the sun is setting. A lot of this card does not often it could mean an actual physical death, but a lot of times it doesn't mean physical death. I think what this is that this is a powerful change in transformation that's about to happen. He's going to lose portions of his life, which he has. They have to fall away. They have he has to close one chapter and open up another, because in order for him to make new opportunities, he has to get rid of some of the old opportunities. And I think this is where it comes in with especially with the Fantastic Beasts franchise, the Warner Brothers thing, and the new chapter may be Netflix and streaming, which right now is the way of the future. It is the streaming platforms. It has worked pretty well for other actors like Adam Sandler and stuff like that. Maybe this is where Johnny Depp really needs to be, is more in the working with the streaming platforms like Netflix rather than the usual movie theaters. So I have a feeling that part of this loss was meant to happen for him to close certain chapters, which also could mean closing out the Amber Heard chapter in his life to start a new chapter. And then we got the Moon, which is kind of, when I look at this card, it also kind of reminds me of Johnny Depp's character, because here you got a pair of wolves howling at the moon, and it's a very parallel, symmetrical picture, if you will. You see the scorpion, in the middle of the wolf. It kind of reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean. This is something I would expect to see in one of the franchises. It screams his personality for me, to be honest. With the Moon, this is it seems like the universe wants Johnny to connect with his intuition and subconscious. He's experiencing subtle forces of nature, and especially the lunar cycles, and he needs to allow himself to flow with these type of energies. So, it looks like this was more, him losing this son lawsuit was more of a message for him, rather than, but it's a transition. It's a lesson to help him transition into his new life. So, okay. Now let's ask the next question. How is the U.S. court case going to go? Okay, we get insights into how the U.S. court case will go. Will it be similar to the Sun case? Will it be better chances, worse chances? Because at this point, with all the tapes and footage that has been out there, a lot of his personal life has already been exposed, right? And same thing with Amber Heard's. Their lives have already been exposed, and I think he's just at the point of, I already lost a lot. Let's just finish this, right? So let's see. What's going to be the outcome of the American court case? And then we'll ask what the outcome of the appeal for the Sun case will be. Can't get this card out. There you go. Interesting. Okay. So our first card we got is the Knight of Swords, which, you know, swords typically deals with water, emotions, that specific element of life, if you will. And you see someone basically, they're riding in on their Pegasus, if you will. And they're ready for battle, right? So, let's see. With the Knight of Swords, and I think this does fit what's going on very well. This is a driven, ambitious, diving into a situation head first. There is a warning, like, wow, yes, be quick to take action, but don't be too impulsive. Don't force the action, right? You have to be well educated and a confident communicator. So it looks like he's going into these lawsuits head on. Like he's ready for battle, right? Next one we got is the Seven of Pentacles. I remember this is a characteristic. This is a characteristic trait that he has right now. So right now he's in battle mode. That's his characteristic right now. Seven of Pentacles, and Pentacles, you know, deals with finances, usually earthly things. And if you notice, it's like, you know, a woman tending to the garden, which is the finances, right? And we know recently, even though he lost the gig, Johnny Depp did get into some money, which is good, right? And also, this is like security, wealth, protection, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, where we're seeing our fair maiden over here tending to flowers, right? And she almost looks like a servant, right? In there. This is putting in hard work. So as you can see, the lady with the pitchfork, you know, raking. Putting in hard work, reaping the rewards later. You know that this is a long-term gain. And you may not see immediate results. You've done what you can. Now it's time to wait patiently for the payoff. So he's battling head first, but he knows that this is a long game. Which is why he's like, okay, let's go with the appeals process. Now, going back to the spiritual influences, the major arcana, you notice the Judgment card came out. Which is interesting because we're specifically asking about a court case. So, with the Judgment card, you see like a lady who's pleading to the angel who is playing through the trumpet. Kind of gives a slight revelation, biblical vibes right there. But, you know, yeah. The Judgment card is the time to rise up. You're experiencing huge spiritual awakening, realizing you're destined for so much more. This is your cosmic up-leveling. Be ready to tune into a higher frequency. So, this is a positive card. So, it looks like the upcoming cases in the U.S. should go in his favor. Whether he wins the whole thing, who knows? Maybe he'll win a settlement. That's usually how these things go with lawsuits. But who knows? He looks like he's in it for the fight, for the long haul. And I think in the end, he's determined to clear his name. So he's going for judgment to rule in his favor. Alright. Now, let's ask specifically for the appeals case. The Sun case. The appeals case. How will the appeals process go? There's recently statements coming out that this time around, Johnny Depp may have gotten 2 of Amber Heard's friends to agree to testify on his side for the appeals case. We'll see if this is true or not. I'm sure it'll eventually come out. So let's see. And if these friends do testify in his favor, will it help him? As, you know, just because they testify doesn't guarantee that it'll go in his way. So let's see what the cards pull up. Will this go in his favor? The appeal. In the Sun case. When I was younger, I used to be able to do the Vegas shuffling. Not so much anymore. Okay, so I got 7 of Cups, Judgment card again. And the Magician. Okay. And the Magician's upright. So, alright. So, first card we got is the 7 of Cups, right? With the 7 of Cups, you see there's like a different item in each cup, right? So, it's got like a person, a mask, a snake, crown, diamond, looks like a plant, and a dragon. And it's like, these are cups floating in the clouds, if you will. Right? So it seems like a card of choice when you initially look at it, right? And that's what this is. Many options are available to you. And you must make a choice. But be careful. You are prone to the illusion and unrealistic ideals. Evaluate your options and dig below the surface to discover what's really involved in each choice. So, it looks like for the second case, he's going to have to be really careful in this appeal. He's going to have to look at what his legal options are and make sure, and basically really figure out what's the right legal choice for him. Once again, the Judgment card comes out again, which is the, spiritual realm. And it's saying, the spiritual awakening, once again, realizing you're destined for so much more, as a cosmic up-leveling, tuning into a higher frequency. So, if he makes the right choice here, Judgment will go in his favor. So, Johnny, choose wisely. And then finally, we have the other influence in the Sun case, which is the Magician. So, if you guys have watched other readers, whenever they do a Trump reading, this card frequently comes out, the Magician card. Sometimes it comes upside down for him, but many readers I've seen, anytime they do a Trump reading, a Magician comes out. So it's a powerful card. Whether you like the power or not, it's there. Alright, so with the Magician, you see like all 4 elements are there, right? So he's a master of elements. Got the cups, got the coins, got the sword, got the wand. He has an arrow pointing up and down. If you notice, he has his hands up as above, so below. That's a concept of occultism right there. And then you have the infinity symbol above his head. So this is a manifestation card. Taking action to manifest your goals and have the resources to create what you desire. Combine magic and practicality to bring your ideas to reality. This is recommending Johnny Depp may need to work on some manifestation. Because if he don't work on it, the other side will. So, somebody's going to be working on manifestation. And right now, this is telling Johnny, choose wisely for it to go in your favor. And you got to manifest it. And you have the ability to. You can manifest different characters. You can manifest a better conclusion for yourself. So, that's what we got for that particular question. And we're going to ask one more question before we go to the Oracle card. And that is, what is the overall outcome going to be at the end of all these court cases? So both the Sun case and the U.S. cases. Hopefully, is it going to be a situation where he's just going to be living in court for the remainder of his days? Or not. Two nines so far. Alright. Remember what I said about swords? Emotions, right? And with cups, this is... So cups are usually... There's a water element too, usually. Alright, so we got the Nine of Swords, right? And this ain't looking too good, right? Nine of Swords, like, you know, woman seems sad. There's 9 swords behind her, and also, like, laying in a bed, right? Going on there. With the 9 of Swords, you're basically, emotionally, he's still recovering from this whole situation. Weighed down by dark thoughts and disturbing feelings, worry, despair, anxiety, keeping him up at night. Now the problem is, if he keeps up in this, you know, state, it's going to keep controlling his life. Johnny, reach out for help. You may, and I know you've reached out in, you know, the couples therapy, but you may still need work on getting over this situation emotionally, especially if you're ever going to be successful in future romantic relationships. You got to get that help. You know, it's traumatizing, and you know, I don't expect this to go away overnight, but you got to get yourself help. So the second one is the 9 of Cups, and you see like someone like sitting like stubbornly while they have cups behind him, right? So on the one hand, it's like it's being deeply satisfied with everything that you have, planets being aligned, and have everything you wish for. This is telling you to count your blessings and express gratitude for what you have created. So yes, you've lost a lot, but you could have lost a lot more. Like yes, this chick was like ruining your life, right? But you were still able to get gigs. You have fans that love you. You still have a career. You still have people interested in you. You still, you know, they still cut you to check for $10 million, which would probably cover your legal fees at this point, dealing with this cases. But, you know, do appreciate what you do still have. So, I know you're still going through sorrow and everything on here, but the universe is saying, like, also focus on the good, too, out there. And then you got the King of Cups. So you got a man who's a king, and he's like, seems like part mermaid holding a cup, and he's, you know, king of the ocean, if you will. Has a fish next to him, and there's a sailboat in the background on this one. So with the King of Cups, this is like, ultimately, you will gain control of your emotions and have the maturity to feel your feelings. So this is a good thing. And this is without allowing them to get the better of you. So that's the key. Initially, you're still going to wallow in these emotions. But in the end, you will overcome this. You will be able to balance the head and the heart perfectly. And become the master of both your inner and outer world. So this is very positive. Like, you know, it's still going to hurt for a bit. Especially while you go through all these court cases and relive all the pain all over again. But be thankful for what you have, and in the end, you should be able to overcome all these obstacles. So, I wish you the best of luck, Johnny, on this one. Alright. And finally, let's see what message the Moon Oracle deck has for our friend Johnny Depp. Alright. Time to take action. Energy gaining momentum. and a fiery climax approaches. Like I said, one thing I've always liked about Oracle cards is they're kind of self-explanatory. So first one, we got the New Moon in Aries, right? And this is an action card, right? So basically, this is the time for him to take on all these lawsuits and fight for his name. Looks like the universe is telling him, like, yeah, you gotta do this, right? And now I'm noticing these are 2 fire cards, right? Flame is lit. Wonderful new start beckons. You're on the right track. It's a positive sign. There's something you want to happen in your life. This is a big yes from the universe. Time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go, especially because this is the first sign of the zodiac, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution, once again, we're getting, do not go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people as well as you charge towards your goal, and you will create better karma for yourself. Don't even think about giving up. Do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash. You need a 12-month plan. And it's talking about a new male coming into your life. It may not necessarily be romantic, but there's a male influence coming into your life. So that's the message from this one, right? So it's going well so far. So now we got the next card, which is the waxing moon, and it is the energy is gaining momentum. So on top of taking action, it's also the energy is gaining momentum, which is also self-explanatory, and which we're starting to see with Johnny Depp's cases, right? So you're seeing like some birds flying in the background, and crescent moon, but it's really called the waxing moon. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This is a very positive omen, so you got 2 positive cards now, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, going back to that manifestation. Although it will take work and you're not quite there yet. This is the time energy is rising up, emotions building too. Where you want to go, and do you believe you could get there? Either you could just keep meditating and focusing, or make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whatever you decide, you're most certainly on the right track. Know that you are headed into the right direction. Your situation is full of potential, and it can control your dream. But you need more effort. Are you willing to give it? Review the goals and ensure you're still committed and keep moving forward. And finally, we got, so you got not one Aries card. We got 2 Aries cards on top. So you got both the new moon in Aries and the full moon in Aries. All, like, this is 2 fire elements right there on the opposite end of the spectrum. So, full moon in Aries, and you see it's like, I'll put it like this. Look at this. More fire. So, and this is both at the start of the zodiac, right? So full moon in Aries. The one thing it's warning about with the full moon in Aries, don't make it so much of a me. You got a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little to see what's going to happen next. So talking about patience and waiting again. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, just accept that on some level you created this situation yourself, which means you could create your way out of it too. So this is probably going back to the previous pull that we just had, where Johnny Depp's emotions might still be coming into play. So the universe wants you, right? Certain things happened that you and Amber didn't work out, and things just went too far. But you can get out of this. When this card comes up, a peak is coming, and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to go. So, he was very positive through his whole initial son lawsuit. Keep that up. Being assertive is good. Just don't be too aggressive, right? If you're in a tense situation, make sure you meditate. You got to meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. This could possibly be the issue in the back end. If you're angry that things aren't going your way, remember this is the courts, so, you know, you got to judge. You got other factors in play here. And, you know, still try to have fun is the overall message here. So, it is time to take action. Things are going your way, but don't make it all about yourself. You gotta be assertive, but not too assertive. Meditate. You know, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Okay? Alrighty, so that's the current reading on Johnny Depp. We'll see how these latest set of cases go for him, and who knows, maybe we'll see him on Netflix soon. So, with that, guys, let me know your thoughts, and if you have anyone else that you want me to read, let me know. And I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.